We call this meeting to order at 12:21 p.m. The Board of Trustees of Harris County Department of Education is now convened in a called board meeting on Tuesday, June 6, 2023, in room 400A at 6300 Irvington Boulevard, Houston, Texas, at 12:22. I wish to extend a warm welcome to everyone present at the board meeting. Do we really need all this? As trustees, we are here to set goals, listen to report from the superintendent, approve budgets, contracts, personnel appointments, and make policy for the district. It is not the role of the board to make day-to-day operational decisions. The management and day-to-day operations of the department are the responsibility of the superintendent. We have policies and procedures in place to resolve concerns and issues. This is a public meeting of the Board of Trustees, not a meeting of the public. Prior to this meeting, board members received information related to items on today's agenda. Agenda items will not necessarily be handled in the order listed on the notice. The meeting is open to all who wish to attend and hear matters discussed. During the course of this meeting, the board may determine that a closed session is necessary. In that event, the board will meet in closed session to consider matters duly posted for this meeting as permitted by section 551.071 to 551.084, inclusive of the Texas Government Code. I respectfully ask that you please refrain from talking while others are speaking and that cell phones are turned off or in silent mode. Thank you for taking time today to join us and for the interest in the Harris County Department of Education. There are no visitors today, so we can move forward. Do we have any reports that we need to make beforehand?
We just start with number 3. We just go straight to 3.
Okay. Thank you, Madam President. As you know, we are in our budget season, and so it's difficult to get the rhythm and get things in sync. Right now, we're also in the middle of hiring. And so our campuses are exploding with contracts right now. And so one of the things that administration is going to request for you to approve in the budget is for additional positions. Having said that, knowing that hiring season is right now, I've asked to call this special board meeting so we could see if we could get pre-approval of the additional positions now so we can fill those positions during hiring season, knowing that the budget's coming in July. Just quickly, I'll go through some of the numbers and increases in contracts that we've had for our campuses. AB West, we've had an increase of we've gone from 143 to 175 contracts, which is a 22% increase in contracts, which is significant. AB West has gone from 118 contracts to 179 contracts, a 52% increase in contracts at AB West, which is unheard of. High Point has gone from 204 to 223 contracts, which is a 9% increase. Fortis has gone from 25 contracts to 29 contracts, which is an increase of 16%. And it's still just June, so those numbers are only going to go up from there. And so we're asking for an additional 4.9 positions. These positions include not only teachers, but behavioral intervention specialists, educational aides, food service clerks, content and creative coordinators, project managers, music therapists, OTPT, and COTA, PTA therapists, and a custodian. So that's what we're asking, and obviously we've made room for this in the budget. We feel like that the budget that Dr. Amesqua and I will present to you will be balanced. I'm sorry, I got security over here making noise. And so with that, I ask for your approval of the agenda item as presented.
Motion on the floor? We have to put the motion and then have a second? Is there a second?
A second. If there isn't already a second.
Moved by trustee Hinojosa, seconded by trustee Dick. Do we have discussion?
Yes, I just wanted to ask, we see this increase being consistent because, for example, I don't know if you all remember Peloton, or the bike company or whatever, when the pandemic happened, they saw an increase in people buying their bikes, and now I think they're going out of business because the pandemic is over. So I was just curious, how did our numbers increase, and is it like we see this being the future consistently?
That, Trustee Brown, I think that's an excellent question. Our numbers fluctuate every year, and the good thing that we have with our campuses is we have districts that go into a contract agreement with us. So we know flat out that at minimum, or really maximum, they've said that they've bought 20 contracts, they can send us up to 20 kids. What we typically do is staff our campuses assuming that we might have an 80% enrollment at any time. We don't staff them at 100% because rarely do we ever get 100% of all the contracts filled at the same time. So the contract money actually covers the cost of the added positions. If anything, at times we make a profit, which is not what we're trying to do. And then at the end of each year, we'll reassess the contracts. We actually give school districts an incentive to commit to contracts early with us, like they get a discounted rate. If they wait later, they pay an elevated cost because we're trying to staff these campuses. And so if we realize that, let's say, that ABS East goes from 175 contracts back down to 130, then what we would typically do is any vacancies we have, we would just dissolve them and adjust due to attrition. It's the easiest way to do it. And we actually do that every single year. It's just this year it's a spike.
Thank you.
Do we have any more discussion? Are there any more questions? Leo, do you have anything to add, sir? All right. Or we'll take it to a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Passes 4-0. And with that, we can bring this meeting to an adjourn if we have a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Motion passes 4-0. We are adjourned.